What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. When we last left off, we had just pulled the engine out of the Talon. So today's video, I'm going to give you some updates on where we're at with things, how everything's looking, and what's going on with that built transmission that I've been needing to rebuild for so long. So here's where everything's sitting so far. Haven't really done a whole lot under the hood here. I did start to take this apart. I really just unbolted this. But I will be replacing, for sure, the master cylinder with a 3G master cylinder for the CTS-V brake upgrade that we will be doing. I'm going to be looking for a brake booster off of a 3G Eclipse as well. So we're going to go to the junkyard today, and I know that there is one 3G Eclipse there. We're going to go and see if it has what I'm looking for. Besides that, nothing has really changed under the hood here. As far as the engine goes, I do have it on a stand. I'm having some issues right now with the way that it's mounted, though, because my flywheel's in the way of how it mounts. So I'm probably going to end up taking the flywheel off, which I'm not super excited about, but now that I have my nice impact, it should be okay. On this side, I've got some zip ties on here. This is probably all going to change a little bit too. I'm just not quite ready to pull everything apart yet. So this is kind of how it's sitting. As far as my built transmission goes, I ended up taking it apart. Now, I wasn't super clear with you guys on what was actually wrong with it. I believe I said that fourth gear had something wrong with it. I'll throw the video up right here. So in that video, I had just come back from vacation and I had my Eagle Talon neon sign sitting at the post office, so I wanted to go get it. So of course I took my car to go get it. As soon as I grabbed fourth gear, something wasn't right. So I ended up sending the video to a buddy of mine whose name is Phil, and he said, yeah, it sounds like I have a chipped tooth on the gear. So I ended up pulling the transmission and swapping it with the stock one that I blew the diff up on. So last week Phil and I got together because I've never taken apart a transmission before, and he helped me take it apart, and we found out what was going wrong. Now, I don't have the parts with me right now to show you, but I do have a picture, so I'll put that up right here. As you can see, there are two teeth missing on my fourth gear. So that's what was causing that sound. And it's amazing that that gear didn't break anymore or come apart in the rest of the transmission, and everything else looks good except for one other thing. This right here, guys, is my center differential. Now, this was a 4-spider center differential. As you can see, it is broken. This is broken. I'm not even going to touch all this again because I got metal in my finger the last time I did it. So that's pretty much trash. The inside of the housing is all gouged, and so I need a new center differential. I've been talking with Jack's Transmissions out of Colorado. If you don't know who they are, I will put a link to their webpage and their Instagram in the description, so make sure to check that out. They have been helping out with trying to figure out what was going on and what needed to be replaced and what I needed. So they ended up giving me a quote for a brand new center differential that has the 4-spider upgrade. So I am going to go with that, and as I'm sure you can imagine, it's expensive. I have their quote right here. As you can see, 4-spider conversion on a brand new differential, $1,150, and then $20 for shipping. Brings us a total of $1,168.95. Came to replacing my center differential, I had two options. I could either go with a welded differential like the last transmission that I had, or go with Jack's Transmissions and have them rebuild my 4-spider. So what I am going to do is have them build the 4-spider, because I'm building my car for a street car and not a drag track car, and I want the drivability. I want to not have to worry about driving around with a welded center diff. I did that with this transmission and I absolutely hated it. So it's going to be expensive, but the drivability will be worth it, and it's going to be a really nice piece to have in the transmission. Jax has estimated it's going to be about 3 weeks before I have the center differential in my hands, so that gives me plenty of time to do the rest of the upgrades that I have been planning for this car and do it the right way and not have to be rushed. So because it is so gorgeous outside today, I decided that instead of working in the garage, I'm going to go to the junkyard. I'm going to try to find that 3G master cylinder and brake booster and spend a little time outside. Let's close up shop and we are going to get on the road and start heading to the junkyard. So before we hit up the junkyard, we're making a quick pit stop, get some breakfast, even though it's 1:15 in the afternoon. But I have to give a huge shout out to Phil. He not only came over and helped me take apart my transmission, but he's giving me a fourth gear that he has, and he's also having the guy who presses all of his gear sets press the fourth on and off for me. Huge shout out to him. He's been absolutely crucial in getting my transmission fixed. I can't wait to show you guys his car. He has a 700 horsepower 1G laser. His car is super badass. He just had a sweet cage put in it over the winter. I cannot wait to make a video with it and show you guys. He's not really active on Instagram, but I'm going to put his Instagram as well in the description of the video. So go and check him out, give him a follow. Maybe we'll get him to start posting some pictures of his car on his Instagram, who knows. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go get some food and then we're gonna get back on the road. I will see you when we get to the junkyard. All right guys, we just made it to the junkyard. I just want to show you this thing real quick. Got a 1G auto front wheel drive laser. Been here for a little while, been pretty well picked over. 7-bolt block is still inside, but it's been pretty picked over. So we're gonna go keep looking for that 3G Eclipse that I came here for. Here we go, managed to find it. This looks like all the pictures I've seen. Let's go ahead and pull it off. Alright, so I got the 4 bolts off underneath. Looks like there's just a little clip I gotta take off and the whole thing should come right out. That's the little clip I'm talking about, right there. There we go, that's what we're looking for. On the 3Gs, when you are looking for the 3G master cylinder and brake booster, important thing to note is that it doesn't have ABS. I see the proportion valve down there, but I do not see any ABS module, so looks like we should be good to go. Alright guys, so we made it back to the house, and I want to walk through a couple of things that I got while I was at the junkyard, so let's do that right now. Found these 2 tires in the trunk of a Saturn. Ended up getting both of these for 36 bucks. So that's cool. I got 2 spare tires, because 2 of the cars that I have do not have spare tires. I don't know why. The brake booster, as you guys saw, I got a coolant reservoir. One of the Saturns I have has an issue with the coolant, low coolant sensor, so it's like always throwing a low coolant light. I got a mirror for the wagon, because that one's broken. And then I got 2 little hat struts for the Pilot. So I definitely think we got some good stuff. I'm super excited to put that brake booster on and get that whole brake project started, so be on the lookout for that. Besides that, I just have an oil change to do, and I did clean my garage a little bit. So you can stop posing me on having a dirty garage. I'm sorry. I'm a messy person. That's just how it is. So anyways, thanks for watching. Shout out to the 200+ of you guys that are subscribed to my channel. Super awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.